consultant and mentor. Yes, you read the title correctly. 10x your goals. This is not like a tech video or whatever. It's literally 10xing whatever goal you have set for yourself. Okay. All right. So here's what I mean by that. 10x is like a multiply of whatever your goals are, right? So let's if I were to do a quiz on a lot of athletes right now, just ask them random questions, and I were to say, what are your goals for next year? Many of them would say something along the lines of, make it to state, improve my technique, get faster. Those are all basic, realistic goals, right? Well, if that's your goal to make it to state or get faster, what would be your 10x goal? So as you're listening, think about what your goal would be for next year. And then think about that goal times 10. What is a times 10 goal of winning state, right? Could it mean winning nationals? Could it mean like get faster? 10 times could be, be the fastest on my team. Like whatever that goal is, right? So think about that 10x goal. Now, I want you to think of an impossible goal. If the goal was to, improve my triple jump or make it to state, right? Make it to state, let's say make it to state. And then you were to 10x that and it'd be win state. What's an impossible goal? Just put that in your head. I'm not even going to say the answer for you. Just put that into your head. Now imagine what your life would be like and what it would feel like having the impossible goal achieved. Some of you guys thought impossible and couldn't even get there. You could even like materialize that in your head. You went from, okay, I can see myself going to state. Then the 10x goal, I can see myself on the podium like winning. That'd be pretty cool. Then like I said, the impossible goal, you're like, I don't even know. I can't even think of anything. Right? If that is you, then you're blocking your progression. But if you did think of your impossible goal, then it is possible. The reason why it was impossible before I had this conversation with you. And now that you've had it and you've pictured it and you can feel like, oh my gosh, like it's overwhelming. That feeling of your impossible goal should feel overwhelming. And then there's going to be an immediate feeling of, but it's not going to happen. If you feel that, but it's not going to happen, then that's the goal you want to shoot for. Okay. You want to shoot for that goal because you don't even think about, you can't even fathom the opportunities or the route you would take. Okay. So again, making it to state, work hard, do certain workouts, join Leap Squad virtual team, right? Like you understand this concept. Winning state, you're like, okay, that makes me feel a certain way, but if I'm already at state, why not compete to win? So now you're like, okay, what steps would I take? Well, I'd have to be like, not just dedicated, but I have to be even more dedicated. Like I would probably need to, like get a sports psychologist. I probably would need to like do extra work or like, it's just whatever you did to make state, it will be that times 10, right? But you can still see the process. Now, the impossible goal, I'm going to add this in now that you had time to think about it. But let's say it's like Gatorade Athlete of the Year. If you're a triple jumper for guys, maybe it's jump 16, 17 meters or qualify for the Olympic team. Like if it's the girls, same concept. Maybe it's jump 24 feet in long jump. Like whatever it is, it's something that's so far out there. Now I want you to think of this, right? Thinking of the space of the impossible goal being real. You can't even think of what steps to take. This qualifying for state one was like join Leap Squad. Then it's this impossible goal. It's like, I don't know where to start. Like, because The thought process to get to your 10x goal is not the same way of thinking, way of being, way of thinking to get to this impossible goal. In order to get to your impossible goal, you cannot be who you are today to get there. You have to change physically, mentally, emotionally who you are to get to that goal. And when that happens is where you'll then be introduced to an idea or a plan. Okay. So if we think of the impossible goal, the one that's way out there, the reality behind that is you probably wouldn't be coached by the person that's coaching you now. You probably wouldn't be at the school that you're currently at right now. You probably wouldn't even think about going to college to compete in track and field. You will probably have to find some unconventional way to get you to where you need to get to. Think about the Olympic greats that have achieved the goals that you're talking about. Sydney McLaughlin, she was ahead of her class. She just tried long jump one time and jumped 22 feet. Whoa. She didn't even train for it. She was like, oh, I'm gonna go try it. Right? Then you think about it. Where'd she go to college? She went to Kentucky. Excuse me. How long was she there? She was there for a year. And then what'd she do? She started training as a world-class professional immediately. So when it comes down to you, I'm not saying to quit everything, but what I am saying is you're not going to spend as much time doing whatever you're doing that isn't in favor for that dream impossible goal. If you're doing club soccer, club volleyball, but your dream is you said track, you're probably not going to be playing soccer or volleyball. But you might be thinking to yourself, well, I mean, I'm almost done. I've been with my team for a long time. Like I know I have all my friends play volleyball or club soccer or football or whatever. Well, you're right. It's okay. You should do that. But now you're on pace for making it to state, possibly making it to be a state champion. But that dream goal is being pushed further out. Okay. And all of these things that I'm saying to you, there you can feel that. It's kind of scary to think about, like, wow, like I would probably not have the friends that I have. I would probably be living somewhere else. Like all these things start to come in and it makes you feel scared. But the 10 times goal is exciting. You're like, oh man, like me making it the state next year, oh, that'd be great. Winning state, oh man, like that'd be it's so exciting. Now it's like dream impossible goal. Whoa, whoa. If you are feeling what I'm talking about, that is the space that you get to be in. Okay. There's a lot of fear, a lot of excitement. The emotions that I've learned from last week when I told you guys I went to that business seminar, what I learned is anxiety, anxiousness, and excitement are the same energy, right? One, excitement is knowing the end destination and that it's possible. And anxiety is not knowing the end destination and being essentially fearful, right? Fearful isn't the exact word, but it's a negative, scary emotion. So for those who are always filled with anxiety, you're actually believing and trusting in the opposite of where you want to go. When you're excited, you're believing in the destination that's exciting to where you want to go. So 10 extra goals create an impossible goal and start working towards, where do I start? Ask those questions. Like if you're a person that's like, you know what, I want to go as far as I can, then set out your two times your goal, your 10x goal, and then your impossible goal. And just have that goal sitting there and just look at it and ask yourself, like, what are some things that I would have to remove out of my life to keep me focused, to open up opportunities for this dream impossible goal, to make the dream impossible goal just a possibility, even if it's 0.0001%. What is it that I have to do? And once you're in that place, then you're going to start realizing the things you have currently in your life, the things that you do need more of, and things you don't need. And at the end of the day, you're going to start seeing your next year goal and your 10 times goal start becoming a real reality. And the dream goal goes from impossible to, okay, I'm starting to get comfortable with this and things are going to open up. Okay. I have athletes that right now on my team that we have this conversation every single week. And they're understanding the concept and they're changing their goals from, I want to have this goal, the 10x goal, to now be saying the possibility of the dream goal is actually what I prefer to have. And I had an athlete this year, when I'll explain this later on another time, but this year, mid-season, he went from chasing his 10 times goal, a 10x goal, to saying, you know what? That dream impossible goal is actually what I want. And now he's dealing with that. And so things are being removed. So now he's going from competing in college to doing a gap year of competition. So where he's still going to school, still doing his academics, but now he's like, I'm going to dive into this specific plan. That'll be a different video for a different time. But he's now trusting in this plan, and it's going to be a doozy. And I know that I can get him to this specific destination. And when he does get to this specific destination, the whole track and field community is going to change. So be aware by doing your part, by simply setting your goals and stretching those goals as far as they can go. And if you're not feeling uncomfortable, then they're not comfortable enough. All right.